Okay, everyone. This is actually out of character. We normally start on the spot. So, Andrea, sorry, but everyone, welcome. Welcome to today's session. I have the honor, the privilege to present to you, everybody, April, the Soul Craftswoman Jefferson. Now, normally we do a couple of icebreakers or whatnot, but I'm so psyched for today's session. So I'm really just gonna pass it off to April so she can work her magic and we could have fun in today's session.
Wow. Welcome, everyone. Lovely souls. But before we begin, my dear friend, she's gonna start with a lovely tradition of getting us ready. So.
Yes, good day, everyone, and it's good to see new faces at our meetup. And it's our custom that we start our meetups in a word of prayer, just to give honor and glory to Almighty God for just blessing us with the opportunity to come together again and to have this community, to be able to see smiling faces and to be above ground. So any day above ground is a great day. So join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to join once again the Bahamas Agile and Project Management community. Lord, we know that it is such a blessing and an honor just to be able to attend this meetup, to be able to meet new persons located around the globe, Father God. And we do not take anything that you have done for us or that you are doing for this community for granted. We know that you have opened up many doors for us. And we ask that you continue to rain down your favor upon us and that your blessings and mercy will always be with us as we continue to abide by your will and do which we know will bring you honor and glory and praise. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're exploring open space. And I invite everyone to come off mute. Show me your face, whether you're in your bonnet or not, because today is about dialogue. I will not be lecturing, but we will be in community with one another as a circle. So imagine, look at the faces here, whether they've on camera or if they just have their photo there or their names here. And I invite you to see who's here today. And that's a part of our circle today. And as this is a meetup, people may come in and out, and that is okay, right? And we'll learn about a little bit more as we go on this evening about that and why that is okay and what empowers people to show up in that freedom. So if I could I'm going to invite you all to share with me a metaphor for you as we're talking about exploring open space. When you think about exploring, it is like what? What metaphor comes to mind? I invite everyone to put that in the chat or come off mute and speak it out to one another. Exploring is like what?
My expression is priceless.
I have too many things in my mind, but I go with the simple one. It's like going to school. You never know what you're gonna learn.
Like going to school, you never know what you're gonna learn. Andrea, you said priceless? What do we have in the chat here?
I was saying Omar's expression as he was thinking was priceless because he was so deep in thought.
We have James that says in the chat, going into space. And then we have Ariana saying, exploring is like opening up or walking around the woods.
Beautiful. Anyone else? Exploring is like what?
I would say exploring is like recreating myself.
Is there anyone else? Like a mysterious journey.
Oh, I like this one. Like discovering wisdom we didn't know we had inside.
Wow, Antonio.
That's deep.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyone else? For people just joining, right now we're sharing a metaphor around exploring. For you, exploring is like what? You're welcome to speak it, type it in the chat. Exploring is like what? Is there anyone else? What you might notice is that in this space, that things are a little slower, and that's okay. Well, we do have one more. They were typing on their phone.
Yep. Stepping into the unknown to gain clarity.
Wow, we have some powerful minds among us. Man, I am excited about exploring with you all today. With open space, we tend to slow down. What does slowing down invite in?
Reflection.
Breathing, reflection. Yes.
I think connection, deeper connection.
Yes. Anything else? Introspection. Yeah. In open space, these things become possible. Open space is not a framework. It's not a process. It's a loose structure to have dialogue. Dialogue that could lead to action for yourself as an individual or as a community. Here today, among us, we make up a circle. A circle represents connection, right? A community. And that's one of the elements of open space. In open space, there's a reason why people gather. Today, we're gathering to explore about open space by leveraging open space to do so. How beautiful is that? And a part of open space, there's a few things. there's some principles and a law. And I'm going to put those in chat for you so you can see those as I share those with you, okay? And the first principle I'll share with you is whoever's here are the right people. What do you think? What do you think that means, or how that can manifest? That whoever's here are the right people.
The people who are here are vested into learning and into exploring what it really is. They're genuinely interested in what's going on. So we have their undivided attention.
Yeah. And also, like, we're not concerned about who's not here. That I look at everyone who's here now, like, I'm delighted to be able to be in dialogue with them. Whether it's 2 people or 300 people, they are the right people here. So I'm going to invest my energy in the people that are in that space in that moment. And today, hopefully you'll get to experience some of that and to uncover what that could look like for you in your life. Another principle is whatever happens is the only thing that could have. What do you think about when you hear that?
You're focusing on the present and you're not focusing on what if. You're accepting what is actually going on.
Yes. Ariana had an ad. Also, sometimes the people who do show up may not know that they are the right people. Sometimes it takes the risk to untap your potential. Yes. Yes. So whatever happens is the only thing that could have. You may think that I've done design thinking challenges and I'm thinking like, oh, this is how it's going to end up, right? And something completely different occurs, right? One of the things we say in open space is prepare to be surprised. Whenever it starts, it's the right time. Whenever it's over, it's over. What could that look like? We saw a little bit of that today. Omar was like, sorry, Andrea, we started like 1 minute after. That 1 minute after was the right time, creating space for people to be in the room. That was okay. You'll explore what that could look like for you. I had an open space where people were excited and they wanted to schedule a conversation at a certain time. And to their surprise, it has started that dialogue that they had. That person said, I'd love to talk about this. The room was set up and the people there started the conversation like 35, 45 minutes before she got there. And it was already going. That was the right thing, right? That was the only thing that could happen. It started when it started. Sometimes the dialogue will last longer. That's okay. And the last principle I want to share, wherever it happens is the right place. That sometimes, like, it could happen here. It could happen after here. We've seen conversations in open space. We're at an open space that I offered to a community, that they had a dialogue in our scheduled time together for that day. And they kept meeting for an entire year afterwards, every week. People were in that conversation. And that was right. Or if we were in person, instead of being like in a room, and we decided to have it in the hallway or outdoors, because, you know, Bahamas is beautiful, so that makes sense. That was the right place. Let's take it outside, right? And the essence, I would say, of every principle of open space is one law, and that's the law of mobility. Personal mobility. Where if you're not adding value or receiving value, go someplace that you can. So we're going to have multiple dialogues here in a moment. Hopefully, maybe, right? It depends on what pops up. And if that space isn't right for you, go to someplace else that you desire. Okay? So I'm going to invite you all to think for a moment. Think about what conversation, what opportunity, what challenge would you might want to explore today? What do you want to learn about open space? Maybe it's a principle shared and you want to explore more about what does it look like to walk in mobility, to be free, right? What opportunities arise for me when I'm no longer concerned about who's ever there? What challenge could I take on? When I'm not living by the clock? And embracing when things are over? These are just some questions. There could be more. So I'm going to give you a moment to maybe grab a sheet of paper, think about it, to write down some ideas on some of the things that you could talk about today. How might you explore open space? Its principles. I'll put them in chat again for you. The law. Or we don't have to talk about those things. You can have something else. Maybe there's something else that's burning on your heart. Think about that. Take a moment to write those down to yourself. We're not proposing anything yet. We're just allowing you to think about what you could talk about. Okay? And I'll give you a moment. I'll play a little bit of a song. These are all ukulele, so, you know. So write down your thoughts. What opportunities, challenges, needs? Maybe you have a question that you might want to explore this evening. Maybe it's about exploring open space. Might be about something else, and that's okay. Take a moment to jot that down. In a moment here, I'm going to create space for you to share maybe one of those burning ideas, thoughts. Maybe someone else has it too. So, and maybe they're going to share it. And we'll come up with a couple conversations that we'll have this evening. Yeah, I think that's enough time. I'm going to put this collaboration board in the chat where it'll create space for you to create a card and you can just throw it on the screen if you're interested. So, who would like to share first? What's something that you would like to talk about tonight?
But I wrote down mental health, because I think that's always a taboo topic that no one wants to really talk about, but that I feel like we all experience challenges with it. Especially if your background and your working environment is toxic.
Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and add that a card to the board. I put the link to the Jamboard on the chat. On the left-hand side, there's something that looks like a sticky note that's flipped up. Just grab that and just say mental health.
Hey, April.
With your name.
It's sorry to interrupt. It's view only.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me change that. Thank you for letting me know. I will shift that right now. So hit refresh, it should work.
Yep.
What else? What's the other, who has another topic? As Andrea adds hers to the board.
I had two things. One is specifically about open space, and yes, it's noticeable. You said that the pace is slowed down, and it's in a way to open to further, or at least I guess, to open to much deeper thought or conversation or even participation. I guess what I'm trying to say is, does it always have to be this way, or is it is it slowing down the pace the more comfortable way of actually getting into much deeper conversations with people?
That's a great topic to explore. Let's add that. I'm excited to contribute to that conversation. Anyone else?
The other topic I had was, is leadership being implemented across organizations as much as they actually talk about it, or is it just buzzwords to make them look good?
Mm. Good topic. Please add it to the board.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I see in the chat a couple different ones. Ariana, is this the topic you would like to talk about? Add it for you.
Yep, sorry, I couldn't find the unmute button, but that's something I've learned in like a lot of my different teams is we all didn't start in this field, and we've kind of all noticed that IT is a great transitionary career, but we still have like goals outside of that. So finding ways to open up that conversation, I think, is not just important, but also other colleagues are feeling heard and they can explore those goals or hobbies outside of work or even make it work. So
That's a good one. Are you able to access the board, or do you need me to add that topic here for you?
oh, I can add that. Thank you.
Okay. And then I see James transitioning from one career to another career. Did you want to share more?
There we go. Yeah. I know for me personally, I'm going to a period of transition, and I'm in one field that feels unrelated to IT and development, although I see a lot of overlap. So I find myself personally feeling stuck mentally because I'm trying to appear or trying to demonstrate how a lot of my skills relate to the IT field. So that's pretty much my thought in short.
Okay, thank you. Antonio. Did you want to share more about the law of personal mobility and what you like to explore there? And you're on mute if you're trying to talk. Well, I understand. Many of us have kids. I'll read it out for you. And the law of personal mobility makes itself present regardless of our awareness of it. I've seen it crash through the most beautiful, perfect, stagnant lands multiple times. So that's what Anthony would like to talk about. I'll copy that for the board for you because I don't know because you're not speaking. if you need help with that. Antonio, sorry, I think I said Anthony. Please pardon me. I didn't mean to butcher your name. Let me see if I can grab it. The text, if it'll let me do that. Talking and typing at the same time is not my strength. So bear with me. Oh my. I'll just type it as law of personal mobility instead of trying to grab all the text for you. Okay. All right. Oh, okay, you did put it up there. I see it. Okay. That's good. So I don't need to add it twice. So now what we're going to do is, do we see any commonality between any of these conversations that we might want to combine together? Or do we see these are all independent? Anyone?
Well,
I would think Ariana, sorry.
the pink card and the blue card seems to be similar, but about careers and transitioning.
Okay, all right. It'll be good to add those together. In combination, you can just put them next to each other. What I'll try to do is, because we have an hour left, and I think we'll have space to have do we want to have multiple rooms going, or do we want to have it all in the same room? Normally it's multiple rooms happening at the same time in open space and people choosing which conversation they would like to be in. And I'm up to seeing, because we're a smaller crew, what people are interested in. Do we want to experiment with having 2 rooms going at the same time? And then we shifting topics after 15 minutes? Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So let's go something simple like this. Is that I drew a line for a topic for the first 15 minutes or the second 15 minutes. So you choose if you want to have your topic in the second 15 minutes. Right now we have career, because that's where I drew the line, and those are one topic. And if somebody else wants to put one more topic down below, and I'll open rooms based upon all 5 topic or all 4 topics. Okay. And I'm gonna open up breakout rooms based upon that. And just try to make it very simple, that you'll know what topic it is by the name of the room. Okay. And since I'm playing multiple roles, you'll have to just bear with me a little bit, please. So career goals. Is it okay if we put mental health down below? Or actually, Omar, you had 2 topics, so one of your topics you might want to have on the top and one on the bottom.
Sure.
Okay.
But we can, you know what? After seeing the topic about the transitioning and the career conversation, I think I'd focus more on that one.
Well, you can still have both conversations.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm just making sure that I'll have a room for each one. So we'll have a room for the mental health conversation. And we'll have a room for law of mobility and leadership and career goals, right? Leadership. And then the last one was career. Okay. I've opened all the rooms. And based upon that, the first 2 rooms for the first 15 minutes, we're going to have 2 rooms, mental health and law of mobility. And you may call now and I'll let you know when we'll move to leadership and career goals. So choose either the mental health room or the law of mobility. You can move yourself, or if you're on your phone and you can't move yourself, I can move you. And of course, you can use I use Jamboard, so you can add a frame to take notes on if you desire to. Okay. If you can't figure out where to go, I can probably help you. So we're gonna do leadership in the second one. Okay. Career goals. There's 2 conversations happening. Antonio or Ariana, do you need help moving? Or Blanche? Okay. Okay, Antonio, you want to move to the career room? Okay. Okay. And Blanche, where do you want to? Where would you like to go, Blanche? Okay, I saw. All right. Hello, everybody.
Ooh, that's a classic.
So you know what the song is?
Oh yeah, that's Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry.
Yes.
And the previous one that you put, that was Bruno Mars.
Yeah. I kind of like doing the Ariana. Come on off mute. I want to hear your beautiful voice. Sister.
You might hear family members talking, so
That is
wanna-
completely okay. Like, that is okay by me. I'd rather hear your voice
Thank you.
and your family behind you. And
So-
that's
dogs
a
included.
beauty. It's all accepted is welcome. So I think we have everyone back now. And as I was telling Ariana and James and Antonio and Blanche and Andrea, like, oh, we want to hear your voices so we don't have to say you're on mute. So please share with us your beautiful voice. And as we bring our time together to a close, I would invite everyone to kind of share and go around and just say, what are you walking away with? What appreciations do you have? Is there gratitude? Is there a big learning or aha? And whoever goes first, they can call the next person.
Okay, I'll go first because you say you want to hear my voice.
Hey, Blanche. Hi.
Hey. Well, I just learned that, everybody is helpful if you ask the right questions, but you have to know the questions to ask. I was in the career room and it was interesting. I was with Ariana, Antonia, and Omar. And just from those minutes, I gained more insight as to what I want to do next than just researching independently.
Call the next person, Blanche.
Ariana, you can go next.
Thank you. So like Blanche said, we were in the career transition room, and I've been learning at my current job and my current position that people don't really talk about like their dreams or like where they want to be or what they really want to do. And I was struggling with that, but I'm learning, at least through that very short conversation that was super impactful, was I'm on the right track. I am asking the right questions. I just need to stay motivated and really do figure out like what are my core skill sets, because I can see myself in a lot of places. So I'm going to put myself out there with my team and see who I can learn a lot more from and see what fits. So definitely inspiring to do. So that was very helpful. I needed that this week.
You have to call. Who's next, Ariana?
I want to hear from what the other rooms did. So I'll call on James.
All right. Well, I had a great time in the law of mobility, just expanding and moving beyond my horizons of what I think I should be, and learning from April and Andrea that it's beautiful. It's beautiful to know what God has given me and to use that, to be agile, and it can fit in any room in any area. So I'm walking away with mobility is more than just 2 feet physically, but 2 feet mentally as well.
Very much.
Should I call
Antonio, before you go, did you want to speak or say a word? Maybe not. Maybe you have to call the next person, James.
All right. Well, let's ask Omar.
I was, like Ariana mentioned, in the career room, and I hope I gave everybody useful information. I felt I was actually leading that room, but we had some great recommendations from Antonio and some good feedback. We even got a book recommendation, which I will add to the chat as well. So if anybody's interested. But the idea is that I I'm actually happy to see that I'm not the only one jumping from place to place and from position to position. There's a lot of us doing the same thing and looking for, in essence, looking to do something that excites us. So I guess, and uh, my biggest hope is that I did deliver value to the conversation that we had, but also that everybody finds that position that they want to wake up and say, this is what I really want to do.
As I listen to all your learnings, it's inspiring. But Omar, there's another sweet soul who hasn't gone.
Yes, ma'am. Andrea, come off mute.
I'm off mute. No, I really enjoyed this whole session, this meetup tonight. It was something different, something that Omar and I were very excited about experiencing with April. And it was what it was meant to be. And that's how I'm leaving here, feeling like the connections that were made were meant to happen tonight. The conversations were meant to happen. The limited amount of persons who showed up was meant to happen, because we had, I don't even remember the number of persons who registered, but I know it was more than who actually showed up. So it was meant to be this way, and I accept it for what it is. And I've gained so much value, because before we joined the session, I told Omar, I said, I'm feeling so tired. I'm not energized, and I just want to feel refreshed. And slowing down itself brings a sense of refreshment to me, because I'm not feeling that rush or that anxiety anymore from the workday. I'm feeling more comfortable, and I feel like I could make better connections with this soulful music that April is playing, this ukulele. And it's just a wonderful experience, and I really appreciate April for taking the time out to be here with us. I know Omar's supposed to do the closing and all that kind of stuff, and he's gonna give me that eye like, Andrea, you're hosting again, you're not supposed to be hosting. But yeah, I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be in this space with a few new faces, and I thank you for joining us, because you could have been anywhere doing anything, but you decided to virtually connect with us in the Bahamas, and Omar's in Puerto Rico, actually. So we're global, and he's hosting our meetup. But I really appreciate you, and I'm feeling gratitude. So that's what I'm leaving with, a sense of gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose, that what we're doing with this community is what we're meant to be doing. So I really appreciate you, and thank you for being here with us.
So the essence of what I heard is that we were surprised, had no idea what today was going to bring. That's the heart of open space. The beautiful is the beautiful offerings that manifest, that people walk away with, those gifts of some is encouragement, new learning, gratitude. I walk away kind of like Andre, I'm yes-anding that, refreshed. I was like, oh, I was like, oh, it was a long day, and I have joy and excitement. There's no heaviness. It's beautiful to see that we didn't get a chance to talk about, because I just kind of did a shortened down version of it, like the different roles that manifest and other ways that manifest in open space, because there is more. And even seeing that cross-pollination of ideas. So we were talking about mobility, and at that same time, but mental health that happened in that space. That it was an undercurrent there, and that was beautiful. The career space, I kind of hear all the wealth that came from it, and that was beautiful. And I love to connect with all of you. You can find me at Soul Craftswoman on LinkedIn or Twitter, or email me at april@soulcraftswoman.com. Omara or Andrea can add the info there. But before we leave this space, I invite everyone to just breathe. This breath is a part of open space. So use it, invite it in, and the different manifestations of that. To you, Omar.
April, thank you. Honestly, Andrea already said it, but I'm gonna reiterate. This was great. This actually exceeded my expectations of it. And like you said, what happened, happened, and the people who are here, and this was just great. So I thank you for taking your time and joining part of this community to show us and talk to us about open space and generating these great conversations. We thank everybody for coming. We honestly, thanks to your support, is that the reason why Andrea and I keep doing this. We do want to expand, so please help us spread the word. Let everybody know, hey, there's 2 crazy people in the Caribbean who wants to do this thing with Agile. So just send them our way. And if you don't mind, please, if you can, turn on your cameras so I can take a quick picture and we can post this on LinkedIn. And I will do a quick count. So one
crazy face or normal face?
No, normal face, normal face. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much, everyone. We all hope you have a great evening. If you feel like in a traveling mood around Thanksgiving, we're gonna be hosting our first in-person meetup. Unfortunately, I will not be there, but you will have our founder, Andrea, and one of our principal collaborators, which is Sophia. They're both gonna be there in person, so you can take a selfie with them, talk to them, network, enjoy the Bahamas, and hopefully have a great Thanksgiving with your family. So thank you for joining, and we hope to see y'all soon and come back again. So have a good night, everyone, and thank you.
Good night.
Great meeting you all.
Likewise.